HTB family, how's it going? Welcome to Hold the Ball. Hope you guys are well. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. If you're new, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff here. But guys, this is my preview of the Sharks taking on our Warriors, the Warriors, and I'll be giving guys my opinions and thoughts on it. But before I get into it, hit that intro. Again, thank you for tuning in. Look, this is the Sharks against the Warriors. Now, before I get into anything regarding the squads, strengths and weaknesses, 5 players to look out for, predictions and conclusion, I want to have a bit of an intro, and I just want to quickly say, talk about the Warriors. So things haven't been pretty for us, right? If you look at our stretch of games, even our wins haven't been pretty. But in saying that, we seem to be able to grind it out. Now, looking at it though, in saying that, there's been so many errors in our games. It's actually not even funny. We'll get into the squads and then we'll go from there. Ready? All right, so for the fullback, you have Reece Walsh. The wingers are Dylan Watene-Selesnik as well as Pompey. Centers are Vailea as well as Berry. And the halves see Dejan Asi as well as Sean Johnson pairing again. The props are Eden Black captain as well as Matt Lodge. And the hooker is Wade Egan. Second rows are Ewan Aiken as well as Katoa, and the lock is Tevanga. The bench sees Murchie, Ben Murdoch, Masila as well as Afo and Pene, and the reserves are Otukoro, Kossi, Ratova, Peterson, Robati, Corrigan as well as Frey and Serenin. Now my thoughts on the squad all around, look, it's a good squad. It's a good squad in the sense that there's a bit more strength and oomph, I think, anyway, particularly with the likes of Berry in there. Reece Walsh, fullback, obviously, goes without saying. But if you look at the bench as well, it looks like the coach has gone with a more bigger bench, right? You've got, like I said, Murchie, Ben Murdoch, Masila, Afo, and Penne, which is good. It bodes well for us anyway. It's that bigger lineup which will suit us, in my opinion. Now, again, the halves is good. Dejan Asi, good to see him there. Johnson, obviously. But overall, it's a good squad. The likes of Katoa, Aiken in there. Now, quickly to the reserve. Shout out to Frey as well as Corrigan. Good to see their names there. Ratova as well. Will he get a game? We'll have to wait and see. But look, in saying that, back to the squad. It's good to see Dylan Watene-Selesnik back. He'll add much factor, I think, anyway, to our squad. The strengths and weaknesses, like I said. Warriors, there's not much strength, to be honest with you guys, apart from grinding it out. I think that's our biggest strength, is that we can grind it out. It almost seems like regarding the teams we play, no matter how, apart from the Storm anyway, we seem to grind things out, which I think is a positive for us. In terms of weaknesses, look, set completions, the typical standard, penalty conceded, and us just learning how to hold the ball, basically. I think it goes without saying. Those are the things, in my opinion anyway, that we can work on, that we can look to hopefully take advantage of and to correct. Now, I'm hoping at training, things are working there, things are happening, but we'll have to wait and see. Again, I say this almost frustratingly in the sense that I really hope we can polish those things, because if we can, then they can become our strengths. But yeah, in terms of strengths, I think really just grinding it up, that's it. That's it. I don't know what else to say, because, you can look at the defense, sure, but then again, we're leaking just as much points as we are saving to a degree, aren't we? So that might not make sense, but it might to a degree. Raiders, case in point. But yeah, defense, strength, sure, to work with that. 5 players to look out for. Now, the 5 players to look out for, I'll go with the Sharks first before I go to the Warriors. You got the likes of William Kennedy at fullback. I think he's very underrated. A very, very good player, brilliant player, especially a ball-making fullback. He just seems to have a knack for just knowing where to be, and again, setting up players, which is very dangerous. Raymond as well as Talakai, it goes without saying, these two are very, very dangerous. You got to remember the Sharks also did lose to the Broncos, right? So they're going to be firing up and ready for this game. There's no two ways about it. I know their coach, Craig Fitzgibbon, wasn't too happy with the way that they lost the game. So again, Raymond and Talakai will have a lot to say over it, being the two strong running centers that they are. I've got Hines as well. Obviously, the guy dictates the game well. He didn't have a good game. So again, the Sharks in general are a team they're looking to bounce, but they're looking to bounce back. And again, Finucane, leadership, experience, all that stuff there rolled into one. He's got that DNA, right? That championship DNA. Now for the Warriors, I have Reece Walsh in terms of just what he can bring. Again, a bit of flair, but when he gets more involved, I think is more positive. Dejan Assi, right? Again, similar to Reece Walsh, just that ad-lib footy, right? Just that making something out of nothing. Those two may work well in tangent. I'd like to see something work there between them. We'll have to wait and see. Adam Fonor-Blake, it goes without saying. Again, just need more of him. Just need more of him to do what he's doing. The more meters pushing up front, the better off we'll be. You know, that type of thing. Ewan Aitken, I have him here specifically for defense. Guess who's going to be marking up against his side? It's Talakai. And that he's going to have to do a lot of cleaning there. A lot of cleaning. And I guess in saying that as well, you know, just thank goodness he's there. Right? Thank goodness he's there. But expect him to do some big things, especially from the defensive end. Last but not least, I have is Ben Murdoch-Masila. Coming off the bench could be a good thing, right? I'm assuming he'll be coming off hopefully as a second row, but we'll have to wait and see. But again, even as a prop, he'll be able to run at the tight defenses, and hopefully if utilized well, will be a benefit to us, hopefully. Coming to the predictions, right? Here we go, right? This is where I talk about my thoughts on, well, I guess what happens. I'm hoping that this training session this week for the Warriors is one where they've actually been able to have a real hard look at themselves, really. Even though they won against the Raiders, you could argue and say that nothing was even learnt regarding their loss prior against the Storm. Hopefully the Warriors can look and clean things up defensively in terms of just learning how to, you know, hold the ball. In terms of just completed sets, just basic footy, right? Basic footy. If they could, if they can polish it up, it'll be good. Look, like I said, the Sharks will be ready to go, but I want to back the boys here. Still of me to do so, sure, but at the same time, the Warriors can, you know, they can win this technically. We'll have to wait and see, but they can. I'm going to be backing the Warriors here. Stick with this. It's going to shock you guys because they, like I said, could go absolute pear-shaped and the Sharks will, you know, potentially, realistically win this game. But I'm going to go Sharks 14, Warriors 26. That's right, Sharks 14, Warriors 26 for me. Anytime try scorer, I'm going to go with, Reece Walsh for me. And, that's one I have, But, you tell me your thoughts. Is that crazy? Probably, but hey, it is what it is, right? Now, we're here with the conclusion. Look, it goes without saying, right? The Sharks first, they lost their game against the Broncos. They're going to be ready and firing to go. They play over their home stadium, and they do well every time. They've had the wood over us. They know our number. They're a strong team. They're currently 4th. You know, we're struggling at the moment at 11th, but in saying that it could be worse for us. But looking at the Sharks, they're a team with a lot to gain out of this. 2 points. They're moving up. They're going places we aren't. But in saying that things can happen, stranger things have happened. Now, with the Sharks again, just quickly before I go into the Warriors, they're a very strong team. You know, in terms of their halves pairing, it's more experienced than us. In terms of their backs, they're more experienced than us, right? Even look at Walsh and Kennedy. There you go. In terms of the spine in general. And then you have to look at the lock as well, right? From Finucane against Tavanga. There's just more experience on their side. They've just got a lot of things on their side that are happening for them. They're a good team, right? A lot of them, I think a lot of experts had them being around, you know, the top 8, somewhere thereabouts. Some of them didn't have them in the top 4, and that's where I have them. And that's where they are. They're a top 4 team in my opinion, and look at the way they're playing. The Sharks, there's not too much for me to sort of convey here. I think you can see it in my face. It's a tough match, honestly. But in saying that, with the Warriors, we can win this game if we honestly clean up what we are bad at doing, which is, you know, the errors, the penalties, you know, the simple things of holding the ball, being able to just run and take tackles, you know, defensive sets. If we can clean it up, we can do this. The only way to do it, though, is by just playing simple footy. That's it. Honestly, the amount of games we've seen where the Warriors have coughed up the ball and it's just led to tries of the opposition is just too much. It's too high. We need to stop it. But for the Warriors, simple footy, keeping it simple. It's just keeping it very clean and crisp and just making sure that the opposition doesn't get a smell. Because if the Sharks, I'm going to throw a pun here, smell blood in the water, then that's it. Right? But if we can play the game early, play it in our terms, just playing clean, simple footy, the defense we can. And I know I've kept on repeating myself here, but that's the reality. Simple footy will win us the game. We haven't been playing pretty as of late, honestly, and our last wins, like I said, haven't been pretty. But again, if there's ever a time to just nail it and try and do well, here it is, against a team like the Sharks who are strong. If the Warriors can win this one, he'll pay huge dividends into our season, and obviously again into Magic Round, which I'll be getting into, and obviously in my following content. But look, in saying that, back the boys. It's tough, I get it. There's a very high chance that I could be talking all this talk here and then it just goes absolutely pear-shaped. So be it. That's the way it goes. But obviously I'm backing the boys here to really try and make something happen. It's a Sunday Arvo game. Anything can happen, but I'm hoping the boys can win. It's tough. It's not looking good. But look, you got to start somewhere. You know, the season's, 4-4. Let's try and make it 5-4. But again, those are my thoughts there. We have the grit. We can. We just need to match them. They're an experienced team, though, so it could go pear-shaped. But in saying that, I'm just going to back the boys. It is what it is. But yeah, tell me your thoughts. Tell me your thoughts on the squad. All that stuff there. But in saying that, that's been my preview of the game. Take it easy. See you guys next time. And look, Warriors, if you want to win, what you have to do, quite literally, hold the ball. Take it easy. See you guys next time. Go the Warriors.